Hey guys, I want you to check out what we've been building in something called The Forge, which is our online immersion experience for Agile leaders. And it's not just about getting the roles that you want, at the rates that you want, and selling your ideas easier, and creating a life of certainty and confidence for yourself, but it's also about transcending frameworks to get to the fundamentals of how Agile is supposed to work so that you can increase your win rate everywhere and be prepared for what's next in our industry. So go ahead and click the link below to check it out and sign up for your chance to be part of the next cohort starting in December 2020. I hope to see you there. You know, if you're struggling with spreading your ideas, with gaining consensus, agreement, bringing people together, inspiring and influencing, there's something that you need to know. It's about your true fans. That's this week on the Badass Agile podcast. Greetings, team. Welcome to the Badass Agile podcast. I'm your host, Chris Williams. Hey everybody, welcome back. It's great to see you. How you doing? There's a theory out there about 1,000 true fans. I forget who wrote it, but the idea is that if you focus on 1,000 people who already love you, who would already buy everything that you do, you have a much easier time selling. Let's explore why that's the case and how you apply it to your Agile practice. But first, let's take a moment to remember why we're here. To create an elite tribe of leaders who truly serve their clients and communities by doing what matters and what works. Relentlessly chasing value and excellence like a badass. There's so many resources out there about what you need to do to be agile, but we're focused on who you need to become in order to lead teams. So let's hammer down those fundamentals to create a truly unique and powerful force in this industry. Remember, if this helps you, tell your friends, but also come join us in the Badass Agile Facebook Listener Lounge. Links for everything you need are in the show notes. Okay, one of the biggest challenges you'll have in implementing Agile and getting the most out of it, extracting the real value out of it, comes from the inability to sell the idea. Isn't that true? Read the surveys and the statistics. Read the user feedback. People are all saying the same thing. When it doesn't work because people aren't bought in. And getting that buy-in proves to be one of the most challenging things. Why? Well, because that disagreement, that challenge, inherent in what we call lack of support, comes from a commitment to the existing way of doing things, a commitment to our existing belief systems, and even a commitment to our fear of failure, that fear of looking bad. So I frequently say the shortcut to success on this one is when you have the opportunity. Always start Agile initiatives with willing minds and projects that fit. And what I want to focus on today is the willing minds part. The easiest way to sell anything is to your existing fans. Why is that? Because the trust is already there. They already like you. You've already done the hard work to establish the relationship, to build the bond, and to test that relationship, usually by giving them things of value that they maybe took a risk on once upon a time, but at this point, the results are in. The stuff that you do, the stuff that you say, the stuff that you sell works, and they know that about you now. So there's a trust relationship, and when they need more of something, it's easy for them to turn to you as a trusted provider, as a trusted partner. The bonus on this for you, that as you work with people that you've already worked with before, where you've already built the trust relationship, is that the cost of selling your idea or selling your product or selling your framework or selling your way of doing things is much lower because you don't have to go and build that trust relationship. Now, another advantage of having somebody who's already a true fan is that it's in people's nature to help people that they like. So even when the thing you're trying to sell is not a slam dunk, sometimes having somebody who likes you is all the advantage you need to push it over the edge. Now think about how instrumental that would be in spreading an idea. Imagine what it would be like to sit in front of a council of C-level executives, trying to convince them that they should minimize upfront planning and to simply go in the absence of certainty. That's much easier to do if these people already know your stuff, they've seen your work in the past, and they like it, and they like you as a person. They trust you. They believe in you. They want to see you win. Well, easy to say, hard to do. Because if people aren't already your existing fans, how do you make them into existing fans? Well, there's two things that I want to share with you here. Number one, as an Agile leader, you should be continuously building these trust relationships, building a fan base throughout the organization. It doesn't start on day one and it doesn't stop on day X. It's continuous. It happens the minute you arrive on the scene, and it never, ever stops. And the second thing that you need to know is that the best way to build a base of fans is to create a tribe. Much like the way we've done here in Badass Agile. We create something special that is of value to a very specific subset of people. Well, wait a second. If you're trying to influence, if you're trying to sell, if you're trying to convince, don't you want to build a legion of fans out of everybody? Well, theoretically, yes. But here's the deal. If you want to build a tribe more quickly, you should get really selective about whom you approach first. Because here again, choosing people who are likely to be aligned to you in the first place will make it easier to build fans out of them. So how do you go about doing that? I think the easiest way to do it is to begin evangelizing. Start advertising what you do. Start talking about what you do in every forum where it's available to you. Can you show up at a town hall and give a little speech about agility? Could you be writing opinion pieces or shooting short bits of video and audio and posting them somewhere on an internal website, an intranet, an internal podcast? Writing blog pieces that get published in the company newsletter? Or could you create informal gatherings in the lunchroom? You and a few friends, maybe some cool t-shirts. Can you invite yourself around to different gatherings, maybe different divisions in the company, do retreats or conferences? Can you get yourself invited there? Start seeking out those areas. This is to Agile what advertising is to product. It's the necessary work of spreading the word and finding the people who like you. Now here's what will always happen. If you speak in front of 100 people, 2 or 3 of them will come up afterward and said, I like that thing that you said. I like that thing you said about minimizing upfront planning, about how we need to be more nimble, how we need to be more responsive. Great. Collect a business card, take a name, get them on your mailing list. Get them on your regular round of coffee dates. Now, if you do this right, you will have built a tribe of like-minded people who are aligned around what you say, especially around the components that tend to be most divisive. You want to stay close to people who get it and people who get you because it minimizes the lift when you have to ask them to execute actual change, to do the dirty work of becoming more agile and getting behind it with very real support. As you invest in building relationships with these people, what you want to do is advertise that you're creating a culture. You're building something very special that only certain people get to be a part of. Now, you don't necessarily say it that way because that'd be an HR nightmare, but what you want to do is create a sense of specialness around it. People love to belong to things. People want to feel like they're part of something exciting, and people love to spend time around like-minded people and initiatives. So don't hesitate to generate buzz. Give your group a special name. Come up with a motto or a logo. Have a theme song. Have a buzzword. Have a passphrase. Have a secret handshake. Do something to create specialness out of your tribe. When people believe that they're part of something special, that there's a place where they belong, when they feel like they've made a commitment and others have made the same commitment too, when they feel a sense of shared purpose and shared risk, when they feel safety in numbers, they will go crazy to defend that tribe. And another side benefit of building a tribe is that once you're a member of a tribe, there's the implied and unwritten assumption that we are aligned, that although dissent and discussion is welcome, fundamentally, we all believe the same things. And when you have a people banded together by a system of beliefs, they become a very powerful team. It's much easier to get support. It's much easier to impel action. It's much easier for people to link arms and weather the tough times because it's much harder to quit. And that, my friends, and I know this from experience, is a force of nature. So if you want to create greater ease in spreading ideas, getting alignment, getting participation, then build a tribe of true fans. Let me know what you think, guys. Meantime, thank you for tuning in. You can find me at badassagile.com. You can reach out on Twitter at badass_agile. I look forward to seeing you next time. And until then, stay badass.